Viewer discretion is advised. The following content includes graphic imagery and mature themes.
This isn't for the weak. And yes, feelings will get hurt. So brace yourself and welcome to the Hammer Drops. Hey, welcome to another episode of the Hammer Drops. I'm your host, Dave. Today, I've got a special show lined up for you with a special guest who needs no introduction whatsoever, but you may have seen him from SavagelyLoud. Let's welcome Cliff to the show.
What's
What is going on? What's going on, man? Hold on. I got something for you.
Ah, the applause. It's so nice. It's like walking into Walmart all over again.
Hey, we're live and ready to go, right?
Fucking rock, dude.
I told you when I texted you earlier that I'm going to throw some stuff out there because, why not? Let's entertain, right? Fuck it.
That's how you keep an audience, is you entertain motherfuckers instead of these dribbly motherfuckers just come out here and just fucking drool monotone on the mic. Fuck all that.
This one time at band camp, I did this.
Oh, yeah. I stuck that right in.
That's kind of what they sound like sometimes. So, again, you need no introduction. You're all over. You got some great content that you do. And, I've been on your show a few times, and I'm going to be a regular on your show. So definitely, guys, you all want to check that out. But first, before we get started, it's, we got to promote ourselves here for a little bit. So you guys can find me on the Hammer Drops on social media, from Instagram to Facebook, where I'm most active. TikTok, which I might be banned on because they didn't like my post earlier, which we'll talk about here in a little bit. And Cliff, why don't you tell the audience a little bit about yourself?
Whoa, guys, I'm SavagelyLoud. My name's Cliff. I'm all over everywhere. You can Google me if you want to find me. If you want to help me out personally, you can find me on Instagram at SavagelyLoud. That's where I'm most active. On that page, you're going to find two links. One of those links is to the SavagelyLoud podcast page. That's my show where Dave makes a Thursday appearance every single week from now on. The other link you're going to find is a simple link tree. Anywhere you want to find my rants, my audio, my video, you're going to find it there. Outside of that, you can follow me on Facebook, X, and Rumble, and Substack now, although I'm not active on that too much yet, at SavagelyLoud. You can follow me you find me at YouTube at SavagelyLoud Podcast, and you can email me in at SavagelyLoud@gmail.com.
No, very nice. And definitely don't forget to follow, and all that fun stuff. Leave a review because that helps us out. Do the same for me, as well as you do for Cliff over there. So at first, I thought about this real quick because, somebody died this week, and I wanted to take a moment of silence for this guy. And, we all know Dick Cheney. So let's take a moment of silence for Dick Cheney, shall we? Okay, that's enough.
Fucking Warhawk piece of shit.
Yeah, that guy, there's a reason why that motherfucker never left the United States after he got out.
Yeah, because they know he'd be fucking arrested.
Yeah, him and Bush would have been right in fucking jail for all their war crimes and all the crap that they did, which, honestly, that's kind of nice that I was able to do that, because that kind of brings us to our topic today. Today, we're going to touch on the fact, the first thing, New York really fucked themselves.
Oh, yeah, they did.
they did something very, very stupid by electing this Mandini, who, let me see here, he's gone and said how basically he wants to tax the white neighborhoods more. He wants to do defund the police. He wants to do all this other shit. And if you know anything about the Muslim culture, it's a shit show. It really is.
That's fucking steaming trash heap.
That's just a gross understatement, I think.
Understatement is the key word there.
Yeah. Keyword understatement. Because you know what? I mean, let's be brutally honest. I mean, I was watching some stuff and looking into it, and it's like they force like what they want. The Muslims want to take over everything. Let's be honest. They want to kill the Christians. They want to kill the white people and all this stuff. And they're not afraid to say that. And I saw something where if you don't like if Muslim control was going on, if you don't accept the religion, and convert to their religion, they charge you a tax for doing, for not converting.
Oh, well, let me fucking touch on that, because it gets even deeper than that. Is a lot of the times, if you convert, they'll kill you anyway, because they know you'll convert later away from Islam as soon as something gets easier or another path comes up. They're fearful of you. I did a deep dive into this one day, and it's fucking awful. The way that fucking Islam has got everything fucking situated is they're either going to kill you or fucking charge you every single thing you make to not kill you. That's what Islam is, and anybody that says it's different has got their fucking head in the sand.
Well, and what blows my mind is the fact I think people, I mean, they really forgot about 9/11. The Muslims, when 9/11 happened, I mean, and I know if you believe the narrative on what happened, it was the Muslims that did it and all this stuff. Regardless, if you believe that and you actually know the truth of what happened, I mean, that's two different things, because we know the truth. Things. But the fact that if you rewind back to then, the Muslim community was just like all happy that Americans died. They were in the fucking streets saying death to Americans, death to Americans. And here we are today. And you look at the control that Muslims have in our political culture, just in general. Yeah. I mean, you have mayors, you have Congress people, and these people weren't even fucking born here. And somehow they get elected to these high positions. And I mean, look at Dearborn, Michigan. That's a shit show there.
Oh yeah, that's an absolute fucking wow. It's unbelievable that these fucking people are allowing this. And I truly believe they see it. They see what's happening, but they figure, well, I'm getting paid by whoever to do this, so I'll be dead before it ever really fucks up the entire country. Why preserve this fucking great country for our children? Or I don't have any children. Maybe I'll just fucking burn it all to the ground, and I'll have a little bit of money now and have some power now. Yeah, they're fucking tyrannical pieces of shit, every last one of them.
Yeah. And the thing is that they're not afraid to admit it.
And people are just like, it's not like that. And they're like, no, it's really like that. And they're like, no. You just don't get it. It's not like that. Islam's not like that. Islam's the religion of peace. While Muslims are going like, no, we're going to fucking kill you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, and, since Mamdani won in New York, they're all over the place just saying, yeah, Sharia law is coming. It's like, yeah, you really fucking want that? Do you even know what that is?
You know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. I want it. I want it really fucking hard for New York. I want every single fucking bitch in New York that voted for that piece of shit, because it was 80% of the women in New York is what put him in office. I want that shit. So these motherfucking piece of shit, trash ass, blue-haired, septum piercing, do nothing motherfucking bitches. All they're gonna do is they're gonna get their designer burkas and their durkas and their sharaks and shit. And as soon as they get made to wear it, they're gonna be like, what the fuck is this? You can't tell me this. And they're gonna be like, oh, but we can. And then they're gonna be like, no, you can't. And then they start getting their ass beat on the fucking street until they put that shit on. And then I'm going to laugh. And then all the motherfuckers that put this piece of shit in office and are trying to usher in Sharia law for the United States are going to come crying to motherfuckers like you, like me, and your listeners, my listeners. They're going to come crying to us. Oh, save us from our own creation. And then we're just going to sit back and laugh. But what we're going to do at the same time is we're going to surround every fucking area that has been overtaken by Sharia law. And we're going to wait for those motherfuckers to walk out of that place. And we are not going to be having that in the rest of the country, if you get my drift.
No, and that's exactly because we don't want that at all. We know what it's about. And and the thing is that the Democrats and the liberals got them hook, line, and sinker. I mean, let's be fucking honest. They offer free shit. And of course, all these lazy pieces of shit just fucking bid into it. Like, oh, I'm going to give, rent freezes. I'm going to get free transportation. Where's my free Lamborghini? It's like you vote for this motherfucker because you're going to get free shit, but you don't truly understand what he's about to usher in.
Well, you're not getting free anything. It's coming out of the fucking it's coming out of your neighbor's pocket. Your neighbor's kids are no longer going to be able to have a good lunch at school because you didn't want to work.
No, exactly. And one of the things that I don't think people understand is like the 3% of the people, the rich people in New York City. Do you honestly think they're going to stay?
Have you heard the news on that? Since the moment it was announced that he was elected, there's been over $110 million worth of fucking investors and property owners, realtors, and all sorts of $110 million worth of fucking worth of business has just left New York already in 24 hours. It took 24 hours to get $110 million of revenue out of New York.
Yeah, and it's only going to get worse.
Oh yeah,
it's only going to get worse. And the problem is that so all these rich people are going to leave. Why would they stay? Because this guy's already. I mean, and white people. And this is what I don't get is that white people voted for this guy. Okay, when he went and said during his campaign that let's charge the white community more in taxes. So it's like, okay, you vote for this guy knowing that he wants to tax the white people and white neighborhoods more, but yet you still vote for him.
Well, it falls down on we fall into these racial demographics, and nobody has the true loyalty to their own racial demographic that the people that do have the loyalty believe they do. White people are selling white people up the fucking river faster than you can imagine. Black people have been selling black people up the river for fucking centuries. The transatlantic slave trade, the Arab slave trade, all sold by black people. And black people are still like, black people are the best. And still that we got white people like, white people are the only good people. Like, no, we're all being fucking sold out by our own fucking people.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Speaking of that, I have to touch on something. I'm going to divert here real quick. So I texted you earlier today about the issue that I was having up in Milwaukee, right?
Yeah.
So that lady came out. And I did not realize that the black community does not like the Mexicans at all.
Oh, really? You didn't know that shit? Oh, yeah. Fucking Mexicans don't like the blacks, and the blacks don't like the Mexicans.
Holy cow, man. This lady was like, he can go back where he comes from. I'm like, whoa. Now, if I said that to you, I'd be a racist.
Oh, yeah.
But you can say it about whoever the fuck you want. Yeah. And it's just like, come on.
The funny thing is why they don't like each other. The Mexicans don't like blacks. I've worked with a lot of Mexicans. A lot of fucking Mexicans. Real Mexicans, not the fucking Americanized, born here Mexicans that walk around with the Mexican flags around their shoulders like they've ever been there. I've worked with real Mexicans. Real Mexicans don't like black people because they're fucking lazy. Like, broadly speaking, they're fucking lazy and they're mooches on the system. And I've also known, not worked with because they really don't work that well, but I've known a lot of black people and real ones, like hardcore black is right. Black is the only way, and they don't like the Mexicans because the Mexicans take their fucking benefits. If the Mexicans come in, we don't get the benefits because we now have to divert that to the fucking people that don't belong here. Bitch, get your ass off the couch and you won't be worried about fucking benefits being fucking relinquished to somebody that doesn't belong here.
Well, that would be too easy to do, though.
Yeah, just like cleaning up their neighborhoods, but got gangbanging to do.
Yeah, got gangbanging to do, drug slinging to do, all that fun shit. That's the normal in those kind of neighborhoods. Unfortunately,
it's the only normal in those neighborhoods. Crime and violence. It's the only normal in any black neighborhood, like literally any black neighborhood. And this isn't even racist. This is objective reality. Every single black neighborhood in America is A, Democrat run, and B, a crime-ridden shithole.
Yeah.
It's not because white people are bad. It's because black people don't take care of their fucking shit.
No. Well, and that brings us to the Muslim communities. You look at Dearborn, Michigan. Dearborn, Michigan has like 110,000 people, right? And their crime statistics are almost mirroring New York City right now.
Yeah.
And New York City, folks, for you guys listening and watching, New York City has 8 to 9 million people compared to 110,000, and they are mirroring. Yeah, I'm tongue tied right now.
It's my beauty, isn't it?
Yeah.
It happens to everybody.
So, folks, this show is going to be a shit show. Warning you now. So it's mirroring the whole like fucking, New York with the bigger populace, and it's just fucking crazy. And this is what's coming to New York, and these people just don't understand. I say personally, we, you ever watch that movie Escape from New York?
Yeah.
Build a wall around them.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah. Well, that's like California. I think we should build a wall around California, like the fucking Berlin Wall, and not let those motherfuckers out. See, these people in California are the same people that we're seeing in New York. They try to always out progress themselves, and I don't mean progress as in progressive, like is in going in a good direction. I mean progressive as in leftist, liberal, fucking woke mind virus bullshit ideas. They
Right.
just keep trying to out left themselves, and then they get to a point or a state of being where they've ushered in everything that is hurting them now, and then they leave the state. The problem is that they leave that state and bring 99% of the views that got them in that position to another fucking state.
Yeah. Well, speaking of California now, I mean, they just did their Prop 50 passed. Like,
Yeah.
that's just gonna, good luck to anybody that is not a socialist or a liberal trying to run for anything in that state. I mean, it's not going to happen.
Oh, it's been that way for a while. They just made it legitimate now, and illegitimately legitimate.
Well, and see that, and that's the other thing with this New York thing that's going on. Like, this guy is a socialist, and I'm a firm believer anything that ends in ism or ist is communist and communism. If you look at any country that has it, you want your free healthcare from the government, you want your free rent and all this other shit. Have you ever had that? I mean, look at government run like medical. I mean, take the VA for instance. I got 2 brothers that served over in Iraq and stuff. And when it comes to the VA, trying to get a doctor's appointment, they will send you as far away as they can so you don't fucking come.
Right.
And this is the type of shit that these people want. They think that it's going to be so much better because they're not having to pay for it. Right. When all they have to do is get a fucking job.
Yeah. Well,
they don't
want the jobs.
No. Unfortunately, they don't.
They would rather fall back on the victim card. And I mean, everybody, it doesn't even matter what fucking skin color you are. If you're a piece of shit, you're a piece of shit. And it exists in every fucking race. The problem here is that, and just to clarify for your audience, I'm on board with you because you've got some people out here saying, well, capitalism and capitalists, that's the way to go. In essence, okay, if you have to niche down to one certain fucking structure, yeah, capitalism is the way to go. But what we are seeing now is not real capitalism. What we're seeing now is unfettered crony capitalism. And what that means is, back in the day, capitalism meant that you had the opportunity to work your nuts off, grind your dick into the dirt, and make something of yourself, get rich, get wealthy, and then move forward. And then as you did that, you held the door for the person that was working their ass off behind you. But now what we're seeing is crony capitalism. We're seeing people that don't work all that hard. They just know the right people, get funded by the right NGOs or the right organizations, and then they reach success, and then they slam the door behind them, and then you've got to pay to play. That's what capitalism has become. It's pay to play, and everything else is you're going to fucking die. It just depends on how fast you want to do it. You want to be communist, you're going to die pretty quickly. You want to be socialist, you're going to die a little bit slower, but it's going to be a miserable fucking death.
Right. Well, and the way I like to explain socialism is essentially, say, your neighbor's got 3 cows, right? You have none. The government takes control of those cows. They give your neighbor one, you keep one, then the government keeps one. Essentially, in a nutshell, that's kind of like what socialism is. So it doesn't matter how much you bust your ass, the government's going to come in and take their share, and they're going to give it to the people that don't have it. Now, why would you want that? You know, it's when you're busting your ass for something, like we work 40 plus hours a week. So I like the fact that I can go out if I want to buy something for myself, for my family. And if I have multiple of them, I have it for a reason. Why should I have to give that to somebody else that doesn't want to work for it?
Well, here's the thing. Let me devil's advocate this real quick. I don't disagree with you, but I like to go look at both sides. Let's talk about socialism for a second. Socialism in its truest essence, I could get behind. I'm okay with it because socialism in its truest essence, it means everybody works, everybody provides, everybody shares. The problem with modern socialism is they're camouflaging it a lot with terminology and nuance and gray areas. What socialism nowadays means is simply just wealth redistribution. They want to take from the people that do and give to the people that do not. It's not that you can't, because me, and I'm sure you would agree with this, as normal, every normal, good-hearted American would. I have zero fucking problem helping out the people that need a hand up. Everybody comes into their life in a situation or a stage of their life where they need some help. I've been in the trenches and I've needed help, and I'm sure you have too.
Oh yeah.
We've all needed help. We've all gotten help. That's not the problem. And that's where everybody that argues against all of this shit, they always go to that end. It's you're just alleviating responsibility. No, yeah, that's exactly what we need to stop doing, is alleviating the responsibility, because most of the people, okay, so let's take the SNAP benefit. 42 million people are on SNAP benefits, some sort of government assistance. Of that, they estimate that 85 to 88% of that is abuse.
Oh
That
yeah.
means on the highest end, you're going to have 15% of the people on government assistance that actually need it. Then if you want to dig deeper into those, you're going to find that, yeah, they need it, but they're also not doing anything to figure it out. They're not doing any, it used to have, you used to have to fill out like 10 job applications a week, and you had to touch base every Monday. Now you don't got to do none of that shit. You just sign up for your link card and go live it up. And while everybody watches all these fucking EBT fucking leeches fill three shopping carts because they get $7,000 a month for food, when most normal people feed families of 4 or 6 on $300 a week or less.
Right. Well, and have you seen some like what they're actually putting in these grocery carts? I've seen some videos where, yeah, they just put garbage in. It's like, you don't want to feed your family properly, and you just want to give them grape soda. I was going to say watermelons.
Yeah, say watermelons.
Chicken
it's
and
fucking
shit.
Watermelons. Chicken, fried chicken, watermelons, fucking grape drink. It's not even soda. It's fucking grape drink.
Yeah,
cheap ass bitches.
Okay, all right. Let's call it for what it is. It's grape Kool-Aid.
But I do like some grape Kool-Aid, though. I'm not gonna lie.
It's got to have a lot of sugar in it, though.
Oh yeah,
because if you don't have sugar, you ain't making it right.
Yeah, no. If Kool-Aid ain't sweet enough to pour on pancakes, you ain't doing it right.
But I like syrup on my pancakes.
I like syrup on my pancakes too. I like syrup on naked women. I like syrup all over the fucking place. But grape Kool-Aid, is a close substitute.
Oh, again, folks, welcome to the show. I hope you all are going to get used to this, because I'm sure this is going to be happening quite a bit. Obviously, you're going to see me every Thursday over there on SavagelyLoud. And we're going to get into a lot of different shit. So it's going to be a good time. And you definitely don't want to fucking miss it.
Yeah, you don't want to miss this shit.
No, because
I've already, just from this. So I released today the episode we just recorded on Norse paganism, and you started scratching the surface about it for me.
Yeah.
And I've already got some fucking Christians asking me questions like, I feel like he's making a little bit of sense. I was like, yeah, I feel like he's making a lot of fucking sense. Like I'm fucking, every time I turn around and I hear all this Jesus stuff, and it always seems to morph now. Like now they're talking about how Jesus was queer. Allegedly, Jesus was a queer Jew. You want me to fucking kneel to that? No, I don't think so. Come on, man. I don't. Now, I'm not disparaging anybody that believes in God, because I believe in God, but not to an indoctrinated level as to where I can't accept any other ideologies or theologies. But some of the shit's not making sense, especially the more they keep changing it. And I think that's probably the big problem, is they just keep changing it. Every time the narrative changes, something about Jesus becomes different. Something about God becomes different. Something about the apostles becomes different. The Virgin Mary's no longer a virgin. She's an asshole. Like it always fucking changes. Like it's, but yeah, so we've been getting some feedback.
Well, I am looking forward to hearing more about that feedback, because for my listeners, I will be releasing that one next week for you guys to listen to or watch. Yeah, and that's just part one, because like Cliff said, we just scratched the surface a little.
Yeah, like Nick.
I mean, yeah, it's like we took a little bit of pain out.
Yeah,
that was about it. Oh man. So I have something lined up here. I want to give my audience and your audience, because I'll be giving this to you so you can release it over on your side as well. Just kind of an insight of what they are looking forward to with this whole Muslim thing. Because I feel that Americans need to be reminded just what we're dealing with. They have said from the beginning that they want to take over, and they will take over. And unfortunately, that's what's happening.
Yeah,
with all this. So
they're not even taking over. We're giving it to them. Like, so let's be honest. We're like, if we could deport all the motherfuckers that were bad for this country, I'll bet you a third of those bitches would be white.
Yeah. And then when they go over there, they'll be killed right away.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You know,
they'll be looking like the Sudan.
Isn't it funny? Here in America, Muslims don't attack Christians. But in Muslim countries, they sure as hell do attack Christians.
Well, because they need the foothold. Because this country is primarily Christian, owned by Jews. So they need the foothold. They need to get Christians to believe that, well, and that's why they always lean back like, Jesus is a prophet in our book. Yeah, but your book also says that I'm supposed to die because I'm not one of you. So let's get into some explanations here. They need the foothold, and once they've overrun us, or they've got enough. Okay, it won't take much to overrun us, because Americans are giant fucking pussies. We're going to be honest about this. 97%, because we always hear the 3% is the one that changes, is the demographic that changes things. That means 97% have fucked this up. So 97% of America is a giant fucking pussy that will not take up arms and hit the streets when there's millions of fucking Muslims marching through the fucking streets killing people. They just won't do it. They'll cower in their bathroom until they get got. That's what's going to happen. So they're using the foothold. They're using all this rhetoric, because Americans are fucking stupid and don't see right through it. They're using all this fucking rhetoric to have us bring them here and then let them go, basically.
Well, and see, and this is why I'm happy that I'm not Christian, because that, to me, if I see that marching, I'm going. And the reason why I'm going is because that's my opportunity to go to Valhalla.
Yeah.
And I'm taking some motherfuckers with me.
Oh, I'll meet you in the order hall.
So I'm going to play some videos coming up here. So this is why you're going to want to watch this on YouTube, so you can actually see the videos, but you will be able to hear the sound out of it. So we're going to play a couple things here, because I want everybody to understand. And the first video I got loaded up here is an Islam extremist on why they only vote for left. And then once I get the video done, give me your take on this and how you feel about it, Cliff. I got to get sound on.
Fundamentalist, I would only vote left.
Why is that?
I saw them as very stupid. I would fear the conservatives because they come with principle that not someone they can brainwash. But the left, I know they have no values and no principles to begin with. I dare you to find one Islamic extremist that votes for Donald Trump. Never do it. They'd give their vote to the leftist who wants to run around in pride parades. And Islamic extremists are against gays and homosexuals and transgenders, but they want the left to go and get busy with that. They want them, go speak about the climate, go speak about abortion, go kill yourselves, go do that. Ilhan Omar, she's fighting for abortion rights and all the other.
Okay, I heard enough of him, but that's essentially, in a nutshell, why they vote left.
Yeah, and that's been said by thousands of fucking. Why do I got echo again?
I don't hear echo. Do you hear echo, folks? I apologize for the technical difficulties we were having today. Our first show that we did together on Savagely Loud, we had technical difficulties. So every time we have a technical difficulty tonight, I'm going to fucking announce it. Just because this is what our show's about.
Hit the background off like we were before.
Like this?
That's better. So when we get when you got that up, we're going to have some echo. So you'll have to switch it back and forth. But yeah, anyway, that guy's been all over, and there's literally thousands of them that are saying the exact same thing, and they're saying it from podiums in America on the fucking street in front of Capitol buildings, and all the fucking white bitches are like, no. I was told that Orange Man was bad and the White Man was bad and everybody else was good. This ain't right. No, they don't know what they're talking about. Meanwhile, they've never taken part in the religion at all for a second.
Yeah. Well, that right there was a little bit of insight, because I've seen this guy on plenty of social media platforms, having this talking point. I've got a couple other videos here that I want to play. And one of them is how the Muslims are hell-bent on world domination, because I want everybody to get an idea here of what you're voting into office, whether it's Congress, whether it's mayor, it doesn't matter the office. It could be as simple as a county board. Once they get in, they're like cockroaches, and then more come. And let's just be fucking honest. We're just calling it for what it is, folks. They're like fucking cockroaches. I think the Muslims are probably, I guess I'm going to just have to say it. They're worse than the Mexicans are.
Oh, yeah.
By far.
Mexicans breed like rabbits, but fucking Muslims breed like rabbits on coke and drugs and alcohol and all the shit.
Yeah, but they also breed with, bad.
Yeah, the goat fuckers. That's why they wear tall boots, so the goats can't get away. That's right. Fuck you guys.
that was good. That was very good. So I'm gonna go back to that scene real quick. I'm gonna play another video real quick. Of course, no sound.
We have to be the solution. The future is ours. Every ideal nightmare of a Muslim Europe will come true. They can be as mad as they want. I don't care. America will be a Muslim country. Russia will be a Muslim country. Islam will enter every house. We have to be a...
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how we figured out. We just got to do the thing.
I clicked the wrong scene. I apologize. Not really. But this guy right here, he just flat out just said that it's about taking over every country, and they're well on their way. Look, if you look at the UK, it's bad over there.
It's in their book. Everybody, like all the fucking Christians keep wanting to quote the Bible like God actually wrote it and it wasn't written 2,000 years later or some shit. But they keep quoting the Bible. It's in the Bible. It's in the Bible. What's in the Bible? This is that is. Well, this is in their book. No. Like, have you ever read their book? I've read their book. I've read at least parts of it, a good chunk of it. Have you read the book? No, I ain't read the book. Then how the fuck do you know what's in it? Because everybody thinks like me.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Yeah. Exactly. You know, I've read a little bit of it, and what I've read, I'm just like, yeah, no.
It's
the
gross.
way they talk about
it's fucking gross.
It is. I mean, the way they talk about Allah, and it's like, if you do anything wrong, it doesn't matter. Like if you stray away in any sort of fashion that is in that law, you're going to be condemned, and you're going to be, you know, when you die, you're going to be this, that, and the other. It's just like, yeah, I thought Christianity was bad.
Yeah.
I thought that was bad, but this is a hell of a lot worse. And when they take over, they want everybody to be in this religion, and if you're not, you know, like we said, you're going to be taxed. And the reason for this tax is because, well, if there's a war, you can sit at home and do nothing, and we're going to go fight, you know, and that's their justification for it. And it's like, no, I know America's land of the free of everything, but it's like, okay, we got to put a fucking like cork on it. Yeah, I mean, am I right or am I wrong?
If you think I'm going to be paying fucking tax to a religion that bows to a dude that married a 6-year-old and fucked her at 9, you're out of your fucking mind. The only tax money you're getting out of me is fucking bullets, and they're going to be coming at high velocity. Watch the fuck out. Fuck that whole religion. I like that religion is so fucking gross to me. Like, you're literally bowing to a god that fucks kids. Yeah. How are we getting behind this? This isn't even if it's just a fucking Western culture thing. We don't fuck kids. Like we've all agreed. We've had the discussion. You're not supposed to fuck kids. And yet we're seeing fucking kid fuckers, people that bow and fucking pray to a kid fucker, want to take over the world. And we're seeing our fucking people be like, yeah, that seems like a good idea.
Well, I don't think it's any coincidence that they, you know, especially in the first video where they, with the left, because they're easily manipulated and brainwashed and all that stuff. I mean, let's just be honest. I mean, the left is trying to make, you know, pedophilia like it's a normal thing.
Yeah, that's why they call them MAPS now, minor attracted persons, and
yeah,
it's not taking hold. It's not getting any traction.
No, and it's just like, no. But I mean, that's the type of shit you're gonna have to deal with this, and it's just. It's fucking ridiculous. I mean,
think of why won't people think of their fucking kids when they're talking about this? Like, let's think of the kids. There is literally millions of videos of Islamic men forcing young female children to marry them while screaming and crying and kicking and fucking just throwing an all-out fit. And these motherfuckers are like, yeah, this is how it's supposed to be. We call that fucking rape in America, and we call it fucking pedophilia. We call it all these things. Most of all, we call it the fucking death penalty.
Yeah, no, we do. And it's a good pedophile is a dead pedophile.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, you know, it's like, yeah, it's just, it's fucking disgusting just to even talk about it.
Well, you know what? Here's the thing. Like, okay, so like, you know, I'm one of the very few dudes that will access every fucking level of thought you can possibly access. Mm-hmm. And even if I put myself in the position of a pedophile, like if I'm really trying to get mentally on their level, there is one thing that really fucking stops me. Okay, you can fall back on it's the pristine beauty of a child, this and that and the other thing. Mind you, I'm not arguing for them. Calm the fuck down. But the thing that really fucks me up is the stealing of the innocence. The innocence
Yes.
of a child is something that cannot be replaced. It can't be given back, and it should be cherished as long as it exists, because it inevitably always goes away. So, you should be cherishing your children's innocence instead of stealing it away from them.
Well, and it's just, and they're, in some cultures, they're just so quick to do that. I mean, it does. I guess it doesn't really matter the culture. It doesn't matter if you're white, black, Hispanic, Muslim. People steal that innocence from children way, way too much, and I think that's a part of the big problem that we're going to be facing, especially when I get older, when you get older. This next generation that comes up that has, their innocence has been taken from them. It's going to backfire, and it's going to rear its ugly head, and just how much damage has been done to these kids.
Well, I'll tell you this. I know personally friends, like literal friends of mine that I talk with,
Mhm.
that were abused and molested and raped as children, and every last one of them's got a fucking stack of issues sitting in the shadows. And as soon as those issues start coming out, they just turn into a fucking wreck. Now, for the most part, they hold it together. They got their lives kind of on track and this and that, but it has made every single thing in their life very, very difficult, because there's always this weight. There's this looming fucking thing behind them that disallows them to operate as a normal human being. Normal human beings aren't walking through life every day thinking of horrific shit that happened to them as kids,
Right.
especially when it's sexual, because sexual is a whole different thing. Like, I got my ass beat to fuck every single fucking day by my dad, and I mean broken bones, bloodied so bad I couldn't go to school, beat into passing out. I got it, but I never got sexually abused, and even suffering what I did get, I would never put it on the level of sexual abuse.
Right.
Sexual abuse is a whole different fucking thing it makes me want to just choke motherfuckers when they even
Yeah.
think about arguing for it.
No, and I agree with you on that, because I mean that when you sexually, when you sexually abuse a child, I mean, not only is their innocence gone, but what just happened and what just transpired in that moment, they're gonna bury. They're gonna forget about it and bury it so far down, but they're gonna have issues all throughout their life. And then once they start to work on those issues, like you were saying, that's what it's all going to come out, and it's just going to be one big shit show. And that's why, I would imagine there's a higher suicide rate with people that have been, that have gone through that. And, it,
I've talked them out of it. Like, I've been a suicide counselor since I was literally since I was in fourth grade. Fourth grade was when I was the first time I've ever talked somebody out of fucking suicide, not even knowing what I was doing. But I've
Mhm.
been a suicide counselor in the shadows. I don't talk about it because it's just something I do. And I've talked to dozens of motherfuckers that all of this shit in their adult life is going to fuck because of what you just said. It's all bubbling up. Things that they have blacked
Mhm.
out and blocked out are now coming into light. They don't know how to deal with it, and they all think about eating a gun barrel. Like, it's a fucking huge problem.
Yep. Well, I know somebody that kind of stuff is starting to bubble up, because this person has been doing a lot of like a lot of healing work, and I'm a firm believer in alternate, like uh, outside of big pharma and
Alternative
outside of,
medicine.
like, yeah, and shit like that. Because let's be honest, you go see a doctor, the first thing they're gonna do is be like, here, take this.
Yep.
You go see a shrink, they're gonna try to diagnose you with some bullshit just to pump you full of drugs to keep making money because they get kickbacks, and that's just kind of what it is. But you have these other people that are out there that are more of a holistic healing, that offer energy healing, stuff like that. And this person's been going through energy healing, and a lot of that stuff kind of is coming out and remembering like what happened back when they were growing up and the abuse and all that stuff. And I can swear to this, with that, I mean, you see all that starting to come out, and it just like it flips a switch in the brain, that once it's on, you can't turn it back off. So there's outbursts, there's this, there's that, and that's the type of shit that happens. And you got these Muslims that they don't even think about that stuff. They don't care.
Yeah, that's the thing. They don't care.
They care about what is best for them. And I guess that's why they fit so well with the left, because it's all, the left is even like that. The left is like, what is in our best interest? And they go hand in hand. I mean, let's be honest.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And I'll be honest with you. Like, I'm not even, okay. So let me touch on two things. Okay. So the first thing is with these healing journeys. I want your listeners, as well as my listeners that are going to be tuning into this. And I want you to listen very closely. A lot of the times that people use other outside influences or programs to either get off of something or to deal with or cope with something, you need to make sure that you're not getting addicted to the program. And we see this a lot with vices, okay? Alcoholics Anonymous is one of them. Alcoholics Anonymous has saved a lot of people from alcoholism. However, it has also inducted them into a forever necessity in this program. They need this program forever, or they believe they go right back to drinking. And if they leave the program, and I'm going to have somebody on my show coming up here in about a month and a half, we're going to talk about this. When you get out of that fucking program, then that program turns its back on you. So you'll be part of AA, you'll stop drinking, and then you'll be addicted to the program. But if you ever get unaddicted to that program, you ever want to relinquish your grip of that program and everybody in it is now your enemy. So now you've got the old people, or the old drinking buddies that are your enemy because you fucking you stop drinking, and now you got AA and who is your savior, who is also your fucking enemy because you quit the program. This goes for holistic healers. This goes for therapists. There's a certain time. So therapists are big on this. They all got to make the note on the BMW. You know what I mean? So they got to keep you coming back. And the way they keep you coming back is to keep you fooled into believing that you're always a victim and you're never going to be healed. You got to keep ripping off that Band-Aid. So every time you walk into the office, if anybody that's been into therapy, tell me what the first thing is that you experience when you walk into the office. They rip the Band-Aid off. You have to rehash what you did last session, right? That's how they get you back into that mental hole to keep you coming back. So when you're doing these exercises with these healers and these therapists and whoever in these programs, make sure that you're staying mindful of a particular point in time where you're going to no longer need that. And you're going to have to move away from that. It's going to be difficult. You're going to have to get through it because otherwise, you might as well just stayed on the pain. You might as well just stayed on the drugs. You might as well just stayed on the drinking because you're trading one addiction for another is not helping. The second thing I want to touch on is, I'll be honest with you, I'm not real sure we even have elections anymore. I think we have we have a really good theater going on here in America. But I'll be honest with you, I don't know that. I mean, Mom Dami, if Goatfucker was elected. Truly, I would say it's because the competition that he had was, I mean, Cuomo, are you fucking serious? Like, Cuomo's basically ran against Mom Dami on the same platform that the fucking Democrats run against the Republicans. Well, we're not Donald Trump. That's all you got. Well, I'm not Mom Dami. Like, that's what he ran on. Like, I could, in this particular scenario, just given the lack of competition, I could totally see where he was elected. But also, we know that Project 2030 is underway. George Soros and many other fucking NGOs are funding it, and we get to see. If you know anything about it, you can pick it out in real time. This is this. This is this. This is this. This is this. And I think this ushering in the Muslims is what's going to do it. I think that this place is kind of destined to be a Muslim planet because. Christians are huge pussies. Like, we don't stand up for nothing. Like I say we because I'm still in the faith loosely, but I've never been really deep. Okay, so
right.
And I'll say I'm still in the fucking I'm still in the faith, but the Allfather is calling really hard, really fucking hard. But Yeah, the Christians are huge pussies, and the Jews own fucking America. So when you've got a population of pussies owned by a people that want to enslave them, you're going to find that the people that want to enslave them are going to usher in people that aren't afraid to make slaves of them.
Exactly.
It's a big teamwork thing.
Yeah. No, just a little bit. Isn't it funny though that when Mamdani or whatever, I know I'm Madami, whatever. See, when it comes to Muslims, I don't.
Saddami goat fucker.
Let's just okay. When the goat fucker won the election, you know who was there?
Not Alex a bunch Soros. Of goats, maybe some nervous sheep, but
no. But Alex Soros was there. Isn't that kind of interesting?
That's shocking. So shocking.
I mean, isn't it weird that he seems to be at like anybody that's winning like these liberal, these communist fucking positions? There's always a Soros.
And the dude's never had a fucking job. Like he's literally never had a job. He's never worked a drive-through. He's never folded clothes at a Maurice's. He's never fucking swept floors at the mall. Like he's never had a job. And now he's the mayor of the fucking one of the most important cities in the world.
Right. Well, and let's be honest, he's an immigrant too. His family moved here when he was like, I think it was like 7 years old.
Nobody that is foreign born should ever hold office of any sort in America. Should not be happening ever. Not once. No fucking chance.
Well, then now let's look at Minnesota. Minnesota's got a huge Muslim population.
Yep.
And a lot of Muslims have taken over in Minnesota. I used to go to Minnesota when I was younger, and it's a beautiful state. Don't get me wrong, as long as you're out in the sticks. But now that the Muslims have taken control there, like I probably would never go back there.
So I lived there for several months. I lived in a place called Stewartville, which is southeastern Minnesota, and I worked in Rochester, Minnesota, which is like a beautiful fucking city. I mean, when I was there, it was absolutely beautiful. It was like the world's tiniest little Chicago, you know. But a giant part of that city was completely owned and operated and worked by Muslims. And to give you the mindset, I was walking with a buddy of mine out there one day, and a coworker that I kind of chummed up with, and I said something, and he's like, "Shut the fuck up." We're walking the streets of Rochester in the middle of the fucking day, and he's like, "Just shut the fuck up, dude." And I was like, "What are you talking about? Shut the fuck up." He's like, "They'll kill you." He's like, "They will literally beat the fuck out of you right here in the street, and then they'll call their fucking friends to have you arrested because you bloodied their robes." Like he's like, "They don't fuck around."
No. And unfortunately, that's what we are in for. If this continues, if this continues, this country is doomed. No matter what anybody does. I mean, you got people like myself and Cliff. I mean, we try to get this truth out to people so people understand just exactly the consequences from your actions, to kind of hopefully be able to open up your fucking eyes to realize what you guys just did. Y'all just fucked yourself really hard. And I think the ball started rolling in the Midwest with Minnesota and Michigan, and now it's in New York. And once that ball, it's almost like that ball is just going to just keep gaining momentum, because more socialists this past week have been elected to being governors of Virginia, New Jersey, and all that. And that ball is just fucking rolling. And it's just, how is it going to end? It's not going to end well if people keep on complying like this,
Well, here's the thing: is what I don't get most is, and I understand why. Let me preface this. Okay, so the reason that what I'm about to say happens is because Americans have never really went through struggle. We've never had war on our soil. We've never felt what it's like to be holed up in a fucking basement or a crawl space while troops traipse through your house looking for you. We've never had to do any of this. So we've never had to like struggle for a clean glass of water. Like we've never had to do any of this.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it's so easy to be so virtuous and so blinded by virtue that you want to give it all away to help the other people. But America's fucking doomed. It's already doomed. It's on the decline, and because we've had multiple generations of people that stayed silent, multiple generations of people that did nothing, and now we're suffering a fucking invasion from within. Like, we've spent the last 20 fucking years letting these people in, and it's when you go to cities and they're overrun with certain demographics of people, i.e. Muslims, it's because they were allowed to do that. You know, it's kind of like Texas. Like Texas, we banned Sharia law. Did you? Because there's still Muslim cities in Texas that operate under Sharia law. So I don't know how the fuck you say you ban Sharia law. It's more theater. It's all part of the fucking plan. And this is why they need the Muslims. And I mean they as the elites. The elites need the Muslims because the Muslims are like the fucking blacks. They're not afraid to get blood on their hands. They're not afraid to throw fucking hands in the middle of the street because they're just going to disappear into a crowd, and there's no discerning fucking things about them. They all wear the same bullshit fucking pajamas and their stupid hats. They all wear the same fucking shitty fucking pants hanging around down their ass. Like, everybody looks the fucking same. There's no discerning factor. White guys, look at this shit. You think that I'm going to walk into a fucking crowd and people aren't going to pick me out? Like, it's, dude, what the fuck?
Yeah, no, exactly. You know, and that's the problem. That's why when crimes happen in these like neighborhoods, nobody ever gets caught.
Yeah.
You know, it's always like, you'll see it in the news, like maybe briefly if you're lucky. And then all of a sudden it just poof disappears. Like you'll never hear anything about it, even if if you see it. Right. Because I mean, let's be honest. Our media is a state media, so they're only going to allow you to see whatever narrative they're trying to spin at the moment. And right now, the narrative is they're not going to shine a light on what's going on in the Muslim communities because they're trying to get more and more people, more and more Muslims to be able to take these positions of power. So, you know, why would they do that? Because it's part of whatever plan that they got. And, you know, then it even goes back to the black communities. How often do you hear anything on the news that will continue to run about black on black crime?
Yeah, no, it doesn't happen.
No. I mean,
that's why it comes to people like me.
Yeah, exactly. You know, and that's exactly right. Because if it wasn't for, you know, people like you, people like myself to bring some awareness to this, nobody's ever going to know. You know, I mean, hell, down in Chicago, some guy got, I don't know if you saw this. A gentleman got carjacked in broad daylight with his kid there. Mm-hmm. And these three black dudes on an Asian guy stole his car, pistol whipped the guy right in front of his fucking kid. Mm-hmm. And it was caught on ring camera. But do you think they're going to catch those three? No.
That's why it's important to, the number one thing that I do, if somebody's approaching my cars, I roll down the window. And I always say that. And it's like, well, you don't want to roll down the window because they can punch you. I said, no, I roll down the window because I don't want to get all that shattering glass from my weapon firing all over me. That's what it's going to take. When somebody approaches your car, lay them down. Make them take a nap. You could make that permanent if you wanted to. I wouldn't recommend it, but you know, it's you or me. It's going to be fucking you every time. And that is a fucking huge problem in America because, you know, and especially in America, because again, it goes back to we haven't really suffered. We want to, and then when we do suffer, we always want to make it make sense. We don't want to say, you know what, that entire demographic of people in general, broadly speaking, is a fucking trash pile that we need to focus on and we need to get fixed. They don't do that. They go, oh, socioeconomic factors. Oh, historical injustices. Oh, systematic oppression. Like, systematic oppression is the oppression in the room with us. Where did the oppression touch you? You know, because I don't see any fucking oppression and I don't feel any oppression. And when I look at it and when I look at the fucking history of America, I see a black president that went on a fucking tour telling black people they couldn't be president. Like, what in the fuck is happening?
Right. Well, and that one black president that we had, he really fucked us. Let's just
he ruined the fucking country.
Yeah, we'll leave that at that. I mean, you know, and ironically, even with him, I thought that was funny that his cook, his head chef excellent swimmer, right?
Drowned.
How do you drown if you're an excellent swimmer? And it's funny because he was about to have a book being released.
Yeah.
I
Blew the
wonder
whistle on some shit.
I wonder what that book had. I mean, was it going to let us know that what we already knew, that Michelle was Michael?
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
Big Mike. I
hey,
wonder if he says that while he's fucking her. Oh yeah, Big Mike.
Big Mike. That's how I like it. You know how I like it, Big Mike.
Give it to me, cuz.
Oh shit! You know what? I wouldn't want to know what they do in their beds. To be honest with you,
I do. I want to know how big his dick is. Not Obama's. Big Mike's. I want to know how big that shit is.
I bet you Big Mike has got a bigger dick than Obama.
Oh yeah. Yeah, well, he's definitely got broader shoulders than most men in America.
Yeah, and that Adam's apple too. I mean, they didn't do a very good job shaving that fucker down.
As a woman, let me tell you something.
Yeah, and we can. I can go in and tear that one apart. You know, just Big Mike, and you know, and I honestly thought that they were going to throw her in, or I'm not her. I'm sorry, not her. Him in, Big Mike in to the election cycle this past election cycle, because I mean they threw in Kamala Harris, and you know that's another thing.
Yeah,
with all these fucking liberals, and you know they got the no Keynes protest, no Keynes, no Keynes, no Keynes, but you motherfuckers were okay with not voting for Kamala to run for president.
Yeah, that's king shit, motherfuckers.
Isn't that ironic?
Yeah, that's fucking ridiculous.
No Keynes, huh? But you were okay with that.
Well, they weren't. I don't think they were okay with it. I think they were told that this is how it needed to be, and they're too fucking stupid to understand what the laws are, because it broke every fucking law. I don't think they understand what their human rights are, or American rights are, because I mean, let's face it, humans don't have rights. It's their American rights. So they don't understand the American right structure. They don't understand their freedoms and their obligations and their responsibilities. They don't understand any of it. They just go, "What did you tell me to do? Okay, what shirt am I going to wear for this? Okay, I'll put on the BLM shirt. Oh, it's no Kings today. Okay, gotcha. I'll put on that shirt."
Yeah, the no Keynes. What they should be protesting against, they don't. They just manufacture whatever what they're supposed to be protesting against. I mean, I'm not sitting here, you know, and let me make this perfectly clear. I'm not sitting here saying I don't support any politician whatsoever. And I've said this time and time again. It's like when you say you support a politician, you're buying into just that rhetoric, essentially. And I don't know about you, but when I go to a restaurant and I have a waitress or a waiter serving me my food and I leave them a tip, I'm not supporting them. I'm paying them for the service that I was given. Mm-hmm. So it's like, it's the same concept. It's like when it comes to your politicians, you know, they're your employee essentially, because your tax dollars are paying for them. And when you support them, it's just like, it blows my mind, you know. But I even talked to, you know, and I talked to people about that whole Kamala thing, and a lot of liberals, and their whole thing was, and I quote, "Oh, you all are just afraid of a woman being president, and a black woman at that." That was their thing.
I am. Yes, I'll admit it. Fucking 100%. I don't want any black women fucking president. I don't want any woman president. The 19th Amendment is why this country's so fucked. And you want me to put a woman in president? No, I don't know. I don't. Fuck that. I'm out.
Yes. Yeah. So when they're, you know, going through that time of the month to get mad, let's just put our finger on that button.
Yeah. Fuck it. Yeah. Give them the nukes. Yeah. Wow. Little Miss Menstrual Cycle's fucking acting up. Fucking give her the nukes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, let's look at, you know, Hillary Clinton. You know, I mean, you can go back into that. I mean, like, really, did you really want Hillary Clinton, the woman that, you know, caused, you know, did we forget about Benghazi? You know, shit like that. It's like, come on.
Or allegedly knocked off 7 of 10 whistleblowers within 2 weeks that were going to fucking rat her out and put her in prison. All of a sudden, 7 out of 10 people fucking wound up dead. Oh, it looks like a suicide to me. It looks like he fell down the stairs. Well, what are these footprints on his back? I'm sure it's natural.
Yeah, how did he get all these broken bones from falling down the stairs? I mean,
He died of natural causes. Well, half his head's missing from a gunshot wound. Well, naturally, he'd be dead.
well, then it's natural causes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I guess we, then hey, let's, she's 7 out of 10 or whatever. I'll give her that. She's got, pretty good odds when it comes to killing people. I mean, hell, she got Epstein, before he can say anything.
She's got to have 40, 50 some confirmed kills now.
I bet you it's even higher.
I'll tell you what, though. I'll bet you. I'm gonna put myself out there, and I'm gonna fucking say this for the sake of the country. I'll bet you I could fuck that bitch into getting her mind right. I'll bet you she just needs to get dick down really fucking good one day, left in a pool of her own jizz and sweat, and she'll be okay. Because, I mean, obviously Bill wasn't doing it. He was filling up the fucking help wanted people. Like, he just... So I'll take it. I'll bone Hillary. Hillary, if you're listening, come over. I'll dick you down really fucking good. Maybe I'll even fucking throw my wife in there with you, and we're gonna turn that thing around.
Okay, now for my audience, for my audience, I would like to hear from you on this one. Don't forget to email me at david@thehammerdrops.com. Let me know if you think Cliff from SavagelyLoud should do this. I want to hear from you on this. And
listener poll: should Cliff bang Hillary Clinton back into reality?
And do you think it will work?
I think it would. I think it would work. I mean, if nothing else.
Something's got to work. I mean, that's even if she's alive.
Yeah,
I mean, let's be honest.
She might be fucking Biden. She might be an AI robot that just. Fucking, that's all he ever did.
I mean, let's be honest. I mean, how many times did Biden's picture change on the internet? And then you can see the folds,
the earlobes, and the fucking nostril corners. Yeah, the back of the head.
There's no masks going on here. I mean, the CIA, head of CIA that was, in charge of that stuff, never went on a show and said, "Yeah, we have this technology." Never did that happen, but it did.
Well, and here's the other thing. I was like, I don't know. I've done a couple of deep dives into Hollywood, right? And because there's this theory that Hollywood is a set group of people or a set group of looks, a set group of appearances. And they just rehash those people over and over and over again. And that's why Zac Efron looks like fucking, whatever the fuck his nuts was from fucking the 1930s. And everybody seems to look the same. It's just a rehashing, a new wave. They're like shark teeth. They're the same looking people. As soon as one drops, the next one pops up. Dude, they've got it for the presidents. I mean, they've got fucking, I mean, if they've got lookalikes in movies, what makes you think that the fucking, the top of fucking agency in the world for deception, being the American government, doesn't have some lookalikes?
Oh, not only just the lookalikes, just in general, it's I don't know, man. I think, how they talk about cloning and all that stuff. I seriously think we got something like that going on. Have you you know who Jonah Hill is, right?
Jonah Hill, the actor?
Yeah, Jonah Hill.
The guy who lost all the weight and now he can't get a role.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember what he used to look like?
Yeah, fast, fucking ugly and disgusting and unfuckable as all hell.
Do you know what he looks like now?
Last I saw him, he lost a fuck ton of weight. He was looking good.
Hold on.
Oh no.
Here. I'm gonna go back to that screen again.
Now.
That's Jonah Hill now.
So
he's right here is Jonah Hill. I mean, how do you go from, you know what I'm saying?
It's humiliation rituals. That's why all of this shit happens with these Hollywood people and these rappers. I mean, look at fucking Machine Gun Kelly. How the fuck do you go from fucking, lace up to fucking this new pop Blink 182-ish kind of shit that he's doing, and he's awful at it. I mean, dude, that dude couldn't carry a tune in a fucking bucket, but he can rap. So just let him rap. But it's a humiliation ritual. And I think I heard somebody say that, like the one-hit wonders. It was his theory that all of the one-hit wonders that we've always heard throughout, those are the people that were really talented but refused to sell their soul.
Yeah, I can see that because I've dived into Hollywood a little bit.
This shit all the time, like every fucking, how many Hollywood actresses and musicians have done this shit on the cover of a magazine?
Oh, quite a bit. And you know what kind of symbols those are, right?
Yeah.
Which I think
Illuminati.
you and I should do a little deep dive into something sometime.
Like the sheets.
About the what's it?
Like the sheets. Look at him.
No.
He's uncomfortable.
I wasn't expecting that, Cliff. I wasn't expecting that. All right. So, yeah, we're going to take a deep dive into the sheets, and I'll tell you what, we will live stream that all over Facebook, Instagram, on my channel, on Cliff's channel, for the world to see.
We can have a running tally. Like, you got to pay us to put clothes back on. For every $150,000, we'll put another article of clothing back on. We'll be fucking millionaires in like 6 minutes.
That's it. All right. Another poll time. Email me back at that and see if you want us to do that. If you want to see two middle-aged men get all naked and you have to pay us to put our clothes back on to make the uncomfortableness go away.
It's gonna burn into that memory. Bring your wallets.
Yeah. Yep, I'm telling you, man, I got that about going on. I got that beer keg belly. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't want to see it, you're gonna have to pay for it.
If you don't want to see it, you're gonna have to pay for it. Meanwhile, there's what fucking 99% of the women on OnlyFans are fucking selling pictures of their asshole for fucking so they can make $38 a month.
Yeah, and they're probably taking pictures of their assholes with fucking big old fucking whatever shoved up in there. It's like, how do you not know when you have to poop now,
dude? Tentacles, giant tentacles. Like I've seen some shit, man. I've seen some shit. I've seen some things disappear in a human body that I didn't think could disappear in a car wash.
Oh, that's fucking gross. I don't even want to. Motherfucker, that's gonna be on in my mind all fucking night now.
You are welcome.
Thanks, Cliff. I'm gonna have to get you back on for Thursday's show. I'm gonna think of the nastiest fucking thing to bring up on Thursday's show just to see if I can make Mr. Cliff here uncomfortable. I think I can do it.
Good luck.
I think I can do it.
I gotta suck 1,000 dicks in kneeling in a pile of my mother's ashes before I get awkward with you.
Oh, and that's why we work so well together.
I thrive on that shit. Like, I don't give a fuck, dude.
No, you know what?
Blue waffles will make me grow. That'll gross me out, though. Pictures of blue waffles. Yeah, that's rough.
Meerkats. See, one thing that you guys could look forward to on this show, and now every Thursday over on Cliff's show, unless we have something serious to talk about, which we've covered some serious shit tonight, we're gonna make you as comfortable as possible. We're just gonna random shit's just gonna come out, and that's just the way we fucking roll.
Yeah, that's. I mean, but that's what keeps it fun. I mean, you gotta introduce some sort of level of levity. You've got to have some sort of lightheartedness, because you know what? Here's the thing, and I say it on my show too. My guests, I tell them, if we don't introduce levity, the whole world's going dark, and we're never gonna be as good as we could possibly be. Just because it seems like everywhere you turn in the world is darkness and ugliness and sourness and pain and torment. You got to introduce some sort of fucking comedic factor. You got to introduce some sort of laughter.
Right. Which I think we've accomplished that tonight with, we had that serious discussion on what people are looking forward to now with this goat fucker in office over there in New York.
Goat fucker.
what you fucking New Yorkers can expect, which, mind you, I do have a lot of listeners in New York, so I'm sure I'm going to get some nice emails.
Bet you better get the fuck out of that state as fast as possible, because if you think it's only the city, you're out of your fucking mind.
No, exactly. You know what's funny is on this show I've taken deep dives into China and the CCP and all that stuff, and I ripped them, like that culture, just a new one, on a few different occasions. And you want to hear something funny? I have a lot of listeners from China.
Yeah. Well, fucking Chinese people don't like their government any more than we do.
No.
They're forced to like their government, much like North Korea. Like, I don't know if you noticed, the number one rule in North Korea is that you're supposed to save the photo of fucking Kim Jong fucking whoever's in office, Kim Jong Un, Kim Jong Il, the fucking dickbag before them. If your house is on fire, they expect you, because every house has to have a photo of Furious Reader in there. So if your house is on fire, you're expected to save the photograph of Furious Reader before you receive your kids.
Yeah. No, that photo can burn in hell, and I'm going to save my kids. I'm going to save my family before I save a fucking phone.
You're going to get shot in the street right in front of your kids if you don't save that picture. They actually, I've seen videos like that, pirated videos, like pirately released videos, where people were they get shot in a fucking street because as the fire department comes in, the first thing they do is ask for the picture of the Furious Reader.
Oh my God.
If you ain't got it, you're done. Dead. Shot right there. Yeah. Boom. Street.
And folks, this is what you get to look forward to coming soon to America.
Now, here, let's touch on the New York on a serious level, because you said you got New York listeners. Let me lay this out for you guys. In New York, what's going to happen? Now that Mayor Goatfucker is in power, it's going to look really nice for 1 to 2 years, okay? It's going to look like it's working. It's going to look like it's working fantastically, but it's not going to be. The reason it's going to look like it's working is because they need to usher that in across the United States, because the U.S. is the last stop, the last bastion of freedom before globalism really takes over. So what they're going to do is they're going to allocate every city, state, local resource and federal resource back to New York City to fund all of these programs to make it look like it's working. And that's going to fucking unravel you. Like, well, I had my doubts, but it looks like it's working. I might just get on board with this. It's not working. Remind yourself at all times, no matter how good it looks, it is not working. It is working falsely. It's a facade. It is a created fucking theater to make you buy in so that they've got you hook, line, and sinker. And by the time you realize that, they got you. There's no getting away from it. So as you see New York is not going to fucking collapse in the next 10 days. I don't think it's going to collapse in a year. I think they're going to allocate so many resources under the covers and in the shadows to that city to make everything look really nice that I don't think anybody's going to know it's fucking collapsed until you look back at it and be like, dude, that was the day it collapsed.
Yep. No, and unfortunately that's true. I know in the news, like the commissioner of the fire department out there, he resigned.
Yeah, immediately.
Yeah. So, I mean, this is the type of thing that's just going to keep happening because of his stance when it comes to like the first responders, even police. You're going to start seeing police leaving. I mean, look at Chicago, with all the bullshit, defund the police and all that stuff in Chicago. And, the cops literally won't do shit.
No.
That's coming to New York, and that's why. You know what? On a serious note, y'all made your bed, lay in it. I mean, that's all I can really say about that. At this point, right. I mean, y'all fucked up,
and it sucks. Because it's like all these people. So many people have made so many beds in this country that we just want to watch them lay in it. But after they lay in it for so long, there's only so much left, so many of us left to fight, and it will come down to the 3%. It will come down to the motherfuckers that are willing to die in the fucking streets to defend this.
Right. And I think the only thing that is saving us right now is our Second Amendment, and the fact that there's over You got what, 320 million people in America.
Oh, fuck
And
you. You
fig-
got 400 million. I would bet. Dude, they've been saying we had 11 million immigrants from 1998 or 1997 all the way up and through fucking 2020 election. Now they're saying we've got 21 million. And you're also going to tell me that we're dying off just a baby. What did they say? Like 6 babies are born every 5 seconds or some shit like that. You really think that fucking 6 old people are fucking dying every 6 seconds? You think
No.
6 people are dying of gunshots every 6 seconds? No. In Chicago, it's 4 minutes and 4 hours and 19 minutes. Somebody dies from a gunshot wound. So if you just do simple math, if you want those statistics on Chicago, you can go to heyjackass.com. It's going to give you all your breakdown for Chicago crimes, racial statistics, gunshot statistics, locations of gunshots. It's a good site. You guys should check it out.
No. Well, I think on that note, I think we're going about for about an hour and 20 minutes. I think that's I think we're at a good point to where we can end the show tonight.
Fuck yeah, dude.
So little self-promotion time. Now, folks, don't forget, you can find this episode coming up next Tuesday. I'm going to release it on all your favorite podcast platforms, including YouTube. Don't forget to follow us over there on Instagram and Facebook, where I'm heavily active. Follow, like, share. Don't forget to leave a review of the show. It helps with the algorithms to allow the truth to get out. Cliff, tell them where they can find you.
Guys, if you want to help me out, you can find me on Instagram at SavagelyLoud. That is where I'm most active. On that page, you're going to find 2 links. One of those links is to the Savagely Loud podcast page. If you could please follow me there too and follow the show, listen to the show. That's going to be my backup page when they shut my other one down. And the other link is a simple link tree. Anywhere you want to find my rants or my videos, you can find them there. Outside of that, Facebook, X, and Rumble at SavagelyLoud, and Substack at SavagelyLoud. YouTube, Savagely Loud Podcast, and SavagelyLoud@gmail.com. Email me in. I get about a dozen to 2 dozen emails every single day. So you guys are really fucking, you're really fucking hitting it, and it's good shit. I love it. I love that communication. One thing I do want to mention to everybody: if you message me on social media, whether it be on Facebook, on the Savagely Loud page, or if you message me on Instagram, I may not get it. Like it, I'm not, and if I do get it, it may not be for a couple of weeks. So be patient, because my Facebook message feed has got like 600 and some messages in it right now that I can't. I'll get through 200 messages as 200 messages come in, and I can't get through it. So if you guarantee to want to reach me, email me at SavagelyLoud@gmail.com.
All right, folks, enjoy the show. And Cliff, it's always a pleasure, as always. And yeah, that's the end of it.
Yeah, thanks for having me, dude. I appreciate being here. We're going to be doing it again. So
yeah,
buckle up for your fucking listeners. Just buckle up. My listeners know what to expect, but your listeners may just not. So,
well, I think after this show, they're going to expect it. All right, folks, until the next time, you guys be good to one another.